Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World Championship Wrestling. We're backstage where Baron Von Raschke has just ambushed the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And the American Dream needs some help back there. Things definitely getting out of hand between these two men. The Baron just crushing the legs of the American Dream, and Dusty Rhodes has to wrestle later tonight. Welcome, fans, to Atlanta, Georgia. Josh with you for the next hour. Another night of great World Championship Wrestling coming your way. Sold out crowd here in Atlanta, Georgia. The semifinals in the World Title Tournament happening right now.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois. Weighing in at 275 pounds. The total package, Lex Luger.
The total package, Lex Luger taking on Nature Boy Ric Flair. What a match to kick off the program. Lex Luger defeated Barry Windham in round 1 and then defeated Ivan Koloff in round 2. To make it to the final 4, Ric Flair defeated Sam Houston in round 1 and Hands of Stone Ron Garvin last week in round 2. The Nature Boy making his way to the ring along with his manager, J.J. Dillon.
And his opponent, accompanied by J.J. Dublin. And from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Fans, several men from the locker room broke up that attack. They chased off Baron Von Raschke, and Dusty Rhodes is being looked at right now, I'm told, by our medical team. As you know, Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA will be wrestling later tonight against Ron Garvin and Manny Fernandez. What a match that's going to be. That's a qualifying match for the World Tag Team Title Tournament. But hopefully Rhodes can wrestle here tonight. We saw a couple weeks ago the Italian Stallion attacked by the Long Riders, put him out of action, and Sam Houston had to make a substitution. Will Magnum TA have to do the same here tonight if Dusty Rhodes is unable to compete? So our thoughts and prayers definitely with the American Dream right now. This feud between Baron Von Raschke and Dusty Rhodes getting out of hand. It all started in that first round match where Ivan Koloff defeated Dusty Rhodes, but the American Dream had Ivan put away several times. But thanks to interference from Baron Von Raschke, referee was distracted several times when Rhodes went for the pinfall. Would have had it won, costing him the match. And of course, Dusty Rhodes challenged Baron Von Raschke to a matchup. We saw that last week, and the two wrestled to a double countout. And now Baron taking it upon himself to attack Dusty Rhodes in the dressing room area. Meanwhile, Ric Flair taking the total package, Lex Luger to school. Luger in the green, Flair in the red. Our referee tonight is Bill Scott. Flair claws the eyes, spins him around. The winner of this match will advance to the Clash of the Champions on Saturday, April 26th. Small package there by Luger, has him pinned. A 1 count only. Flair kicked out. Our first Clash of the Champions, don't miss it. Saturday, April the 26th, also my birthday. Number 47 for me. So I'll match Tom Glavin's number. Luger now pounding away on the face of Nature Boy Ric Flair. Those right hands caving in the forehead. And Luger picks him up. Big slam and pin. Leg hooked. A 1 count before Flair kicks out. Strong kick to the neck. Our second semifinal match in this World Title Tournament happening later. The Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff of Paul Jones's Army taking on Sting. What a match that one should be. Backbreaker there by Luger, and already targeting the back of Nature Boy Ric Flair. It's no secret, Lex Luger uses that human torture rack to make opponents submit. In fact, he used it on Ivan Koloff last week to make him cry uncle. Headlock here by Luger. As Luger advanced to this round. Side headlock by Flair. And Flair rolls to the outside. Luger tried to attack him, came up empty. And Flair needs a timeout here, trying to regroup. get his thoughts collected here. Flair back in the ring. Luger accidentally hit the referee, Bill Scott, but Bill Scott getting to his feet, thankfully. He was just shaken up for a moment, shoved to the mat. And now Luger off the top rope, the knee drop, right to the chest. Flair now being dragged toward the middle of the ring. And again, the right hand's coming down from Luger. Luger targeting the back, targeting the forehead. Military press here by Luger, slams him down. Both men undefeated so far here in World Championship Wrestling. Luger going up top. Either of these two men could become the first world champion. Off the top, double axe handle, again to the forehead. And now Luger with that vicious nerve hold, that shoulder claw, clamped down on Flair. But Flair sweeps the leg out from underneath the Luger. Flair going after the leg now. Again, Flair is the master of that figure 4 leg lock. If he can lock it down Luger, he'll move on to the Clash of the Champions and compete for that coveted World Championship belt. Flair now choking away on Lex. Flair. What's he doing here? He just unfastened the top turnbuckle, exposing that steel. Luger catches him. Elbow right to the knee. Strong kick. A DDT by Luger into a cover. Leg hook 1. A 1 count only. Flair kicked out. Picks him up. And now it's Flair going into the steel back first. And that was used against him there. It backfired. Flair was thrown into that steel. Front face lock. Abdominal stretch here by the total package. Trying to make Ric Flair submit. Flair in a lot of trouble here. He'll use the hip toss to escape. Flair looking dazed. Flair measures him. There's the rolling knee drop. Great execution by the Nature Boy. Stomps him right in the throat. Cover here. Leg hook. But Luger able to kick out. Immediate kick out by the total package Lex Luger. And this match will continue. Flair might be going for the figure 4 here. He's going for the leg. He is. It could be over right here. Luger is close to the ropes. If he can just grab that bottom rope to break the hold. Flair's got it locked in. But Luger trying to press off the mat. Relieve the pressure. Luger might have to submit here. Bill Scott asking him. But Luger hanging tough. Can he grab that bottom rope and break the hold? Luger trying desperately not to submit. Fueled by the fans' energy, he turns it over. He reverses the hold, and that forces Flair to release it. And Luger's up first. Big clothesline. Took him to the mat. Scoops him up. Front face lock again by Luger. What a beautiful suplex. Nicely executed by the total package Lex Luger. And now Luger back to work on the back of Flair. And now cranking back on the chin as well. Applying a lot of pressure to the neck. That human torture rack targets the back and the neck of the opponent. Low kick there by Flair. Referee did not see it. He kicked him south of the border. And now face first into that top turnbuckle. Spins him around. Flair puts him up on the top rope. Referee was distracted as he performed maintenance on that top turnbuckle, putting it back on. Flair just used a very unorthodox move there, drop kicking Luger off that top rope, and Luger went crashing to the floor. Luger blocks it. Solid punch to the breadbasket. And now throws Flair into the steel barricade. Picks him up now. And drops him face first over the steel. He went after James J. Dillon. He just hit the manager. Big right hand. Luger's lucky he didn't get disqualified right there. Laying his hands on a manager when J.J. Dillon didn't even provoke it. Luger from behind. Thought he was going for the rack. But no, he picks him up. Beautiful slam just threw Flair across the ring. Picks him up again. Into the ropes goes the Nature Boy. Spinning back elbow by Luger. Luger now looks like he's yelling at James J. Dillon, but also at Flair. Front face lock by Luger. Abdominal stretch once more. He is working over the Nature Boy right now. Luger wants to make it to the finals, where he will face either Sting or Nikita Koloff. Whoever wins that second semifinal match here tonight. Flair. Again, going after the leg. Good strategy here by the Nature Boy. Luger did not see that coming. He just got tripped up. And now a beautiful spinning toe hold. Flair now taking his time. Trying to dictate the pace here. Slams the wrist against the mat. And a cover here by Flair. 2. A near fall. Luger just got the shoulder up. Flair thought it should have been 3. And he let the referee know it. Flair calls out to this Atlanta crowd. Gets no reaction except for boos. Good elbow drop there by the Nature Boy. Another sold out crowd here for another World Championship Wrestling event. Luger spins him around. Beautiful suplex. And Flair landed hard on the neck. Luger is going for the rack. He's going to rack Flair. And Luger's moving on to the finals. He's got him up. Flair's caught. Can Flair get out of it here? Can he somehow reach out and grab that top rope to break the hold? James J. Dillon looking very worried at ringside. Indeed. Flair in trouble. Luger's got it locked on. Flair's going to have to submit here. Flair punching the back of the head. And he gets out. Flair just got out of the rack. And now Flair whips him into the corner. Follows him in. What a clothesline. He took down Luger. And now Flair choking away on Luger in the corner. So each man has escaped the other man's finishing maneuver. We saw Luger get out of the figure 4 early on. And now Flair gets out of that human torture rack. Straight right hand there by Luger. That dropped Flair. And Flair is now a bloody mess. The blood just flowing down from the forehead. Elbow drop there by Luger. And Luger turns him over. Boston crab. Again, pressure on the back and on the legs. Referee Bill Scott asking Flair if he wants to give up right here. Flair shaking his head no. Flair will not quit. Uses his legs to power out. And Flair now measures him. Drops the knee to the back of the head. Again, stomps the head. Flair going to work. Claws the eyes now. The fans did not appreciate that. Now rakes the back. And Luger looks like he's lacerated as well. Yes, indeed he is. The blood pouring down from the forehead. Flair pulling the arm across the rope, digging into the flesh. Flair attacking the knee. Flair picks him up. Into the corner. Again, pulling on the arm. Has Luger trapped. Flair back to the knee. It looks like Flair has cleaned off the blood. The blood does not seem to be flowing down. He has stopped the bleeding. Flair measures him. Right to that bloody forehead. The rolling knee. Flair goes for the cover. This might be all. He might have knocked Luger out here. 2. Flair's moving on. No, Luger got the shoulder up. Again, Flair complains of a slow count. I don't think it was. Flair waiting for Luger to get to his feet. Figure 4, the same spot. This time using the different leg, though. Locks it on. Luger in trouble. He's a long way from the ropes. The way Flair has him positioned is over. Luger just submitted. And Ric Flair is going to the Clash of the Champions to wrestle for the World Championship. He collapses to one knee, but he is victorious here tonight. What a win by Nature Boy Ric Flair. Still undefeated here in World Championship Wrestling. Let's look back at the action. The rolling knee drop early on. And there you see that figure 4 leg lock. Luger was able to turn it over, reverse the pressure to the legs of Flair, and force him to break the hold. And then there you see it. Flair was able to escape that human torture rack. That was the turning point in the match. And there you see it, that rolling knee drop right across the bloody forehead. Then he locked on the figure 4. Let's get the official word. Impressive win for Nature Boy Ric Flair. He's a finalist now. He will be in the main event at the Clash of the Champions, gunning for the World Championship. And he awaits the other match later tonight to find out who he will wrestle. Will it be Sting or Nikita Koloff? The World Tag Team Title Tournament continues now with a round 1 matchup. The Powers of Pain, Barbarian and Warlord taking on the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal.
The contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Paul Jones. And at a combined weight of 621 pounds, the Barbarian and Warlord, the Powers of Pain.
Fans, I was just told that Dusty Rhodes will compete here tonight. He has been treated by our medical team, the finest in the business, and he is going to wrestle tonight with Magnum TA as they take on Hens of Stone Ron Garvin and the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. That is a qualifying match in this World Tag Team Title Tournament.
And their opponents, accompanied by Precious Paul L. Reed. And at a combined weight of 609 pounds, Hulk and the Animal, the Road Warriors.
Precious Paul Ellering accompanying his men to the ring. Paul Jones in the corner of the Powers of Pain. What a matchup this one's going to be. The winner moves on to the semifinal round in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. If you missed it earlier, fans, Baron von Raschke attacked Dusty Rhodes with a metal cart, raising it and smashing it on his legs repeatedly. What a feud between Baron and Dusty. And fans, there's been a match signed for Clash of the Champions as well. A grudge match, a first blood match. The American Dream Dusty Rhodes will take on Baron von Raschke. Foot to the face. He just took out the Barbarian. Dead Hawk. And now picks him up. Fans appreciated that one. Cobra clutch here by Hawk. Picks him up and slams him down. Just driving him hard into the mat. Hawk picks him up. Into the corner. What an event Clash of the Champions is going to be. We're going to crown 4 of our 5 champions that night. The World Championship will be decided. We know that Ric Flair is a finalist competing for that title. The World Tag Team titles will be awarded to the winner of this tournament here. Animal has him up, submission hold. Can Barbarian get free? And he does. Animal slow to get to his feet and then allows Barbarian to take advantage with those clubbing right hands right to the back. U.S. Championship also will be decided that night, as well as the U.S. Tag Team titles. So much coming your way in the month of April. Don't miss it. Subscribe to the American Entertainment Channel. And make sure you click on that ring icon, the bell icon, I should say, so you'll be notified every time we have a new video going up. But every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, you can see World Championship Wrestling right here on this channel. Animal wants a tag here. Hawk is jawing with a fan. He is tagged in. Clothesline, but had no effect on the Warlord. But Hawk, belly-to-belly suplex. That one did. The winner of this match moving on to the semifinals. Foot to the face again, just stagger the big Warlord. And again, Hawk goes back to that belly-to-belly suplex. Very effective. And Warlord rolls out to the floor. Hawk going up top here, but Warlord gets back in the ring. And now Warlord from behind. Great move. Beautiful back suplex. And now the Warlord taking it to Road Warrior Hawk. Double axe handle to the back. And a second. Down goes Hawk. Before we go off the air here tonight, we will have a complete list of matches for you for next week. The rundown coming your way. And now it's Warlord in control. 2 more matches remain here tonight. The big one, Nikita Koloff taking on Sting. And the winner of that match will face Ric Flair at the Clash. Big slam by the Warlord. And of course, that qualifying match in this World Tag Team Title Tournament, the winner makes it to round 1. Ron Garvin, Manny Fernandez taking on the Boss, Magnum TA, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, America's team. Warlord picks him up. Shoots him into the corner. Tag made to the Barbarian. Double team coming up. Great double team work so far by the Powers of Pain. And Barbarian going for either the pile driver or the power bomb. It's going to be the power bomb with authority. And Hawk doesn't know where his corner is. He's crawling to the wrong corner. Won't get a tag over there. Just a big shot to the head. Another double team coming up from the Powers of Pain. Hawk in jeopardy right now. But he gets right to his feet, but that comeback short-lived. He was greeted with that back elbow right to the throat. Stunning right hand. Another big forearm blast. That really rocked Hawk. Beautiful German suplex and release. Hawk in trouble again, trying to crawl over to his corner. He hears Animal yelling at him, come over here and make the tag. But he doesn't know where over here is. Animal interfering here. Referee needs to restore some order. Throws him into the corner. Charging in. Hawk moved out of the way. Desperately needs to make the tag. But Animal, again, this time it was Animal looking to the crowd. Really being distracted here are the Road Warriors by the fans. But luckily, Hawk was able to make the tag, and now the fresh man in there, Road Warrior Animal. Hawk with a great backdrop. Or excuse me, that was actually Warlord. Big forearm shot there. Headlock takeover by the Animal. Good waist lock and takedown. At least you know, with the number of mistakes I make, this is not AI calling the matches. Animal just bouncing Warlord's head off the mat. Animal off the ropes. What is Hawk doing here? He's going to the top rope. Animal trying to distract the referee. Hawk is in there. Referee ordering him to get out. Front face lock here by Animal. Good counter there by the Warlord. Speaking of AI, Donato's Pizza, which is a great company, they use it now for their phone orders. My wife called in an order for pizza for us last Friday, and when she went to pick it up, she gave our last name, and they said, we don't have that here. We don't have anybody by that name here. Then they looked at some of the orders, and one of them had the name He Is the Greatest on it. Somehow that was our pizza. Double axe handle there to the back. And my wife speaks clearly. She doesn't have any problem speaking. But it recorded our name as He Is the Greatest, which is nowhere close to our last name. Double team coming up by the Road Warriors off the top rope. Doomsday device. Turned the man inside out. Turned him inside out. Cover. Hooks the leg. Here comes the Barbarian, but Animal stopped him. 1, 2. He got him. And the Road Warriors move on to the semifinals. Great win by the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. Moving on to the Final Four in this World Tag Team Title Tournament. Great showing by both teams, but the Road Warriors coming out victorious here tonight. The pizza was good, by the way. I will say that.
Here are your winners, Hawk and the Animal, the Road Warriors.
I guess they thought Muhammad Ali ordered the pizza. Or perhaps Ricky Henderson. Great win by the Road Warriors. It is time for our final semifinal match. The Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff makes his way to the ring as he prepares to battle Sting. The winner will face Ric Flair at the Clash of the Champions for the World Championship. The Powers of Pain doing double duty here tonight as they come to the ring to support Nikita.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Barbarian and from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 267 pounds, Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
Koloff hoping to advance to the finals to take on Nature Boy Ric Flair. What a matchup that would be. But Sting would also love to be the finalist. He has to get past Nikita here tonight. What a match that will be too. Flair and Sting for the world title. Either scenario is a winner. And either of those three men, any of those three men, would make a great world champion. Paul Jones would love to have that world championship in the family. Barbarian and Warlord looking a little tired after their matchup. Disappointing night so far for the Army as they lost to the Road Warriors just moments ago. They do not want to go 0 for 2 here this evening. If you missed the announcement earlier, already a match signed for the Clash of the Champions on Saturday, August. Wait a minute, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Saturday, April 26th, my birthday. Number 47 for me. Baron Von Raschke will take on Dusty Rhodes in a first blood match. And Ric Flair has already secured a spot in the finals of that world title tournament. We'll also have the finals for the World Tag Team title match, the World Tag Team title tournament, the U.S. Tag Team title tournament, and the U.S. title tournament. And we might kick off the TV title tournament that night as well with a round 1 matchup or a qualifying round match. What a night it's going to be. Mark your calendars. Saturday, April 26th. What an ovation for Sting as he makes his way to the ring. Good to see the wrapping off the waist of Sting.
His opponent from Venice Beach, California.
He was bandaged up last week
251 pounds.
after being attacked by the enforcer Arn Anderson. Sting downed 2 members of the Four Horsemen to get to the semifinal round, first defeating Tully Blanchard, and then later the enforcer Arn Anderson. Anderson had attacked him before the matchup. Sting, of course, had the ribs taped, but Sting got past Arn Anderson. Nikita Koloff defeated Brad Armstrong in round 1, and he also defeated Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin in round 2 to get here. Sting wanted to lock up, and Koloff just shoved him hard to the mat. The fans here in Atlanta, the sold-out crowd cheering for the Stinger. But he is being manhandled here by Nikita Koloff in the early part of this matchup. Ric Flair defeated Lex Luger with that figure 4 leg lock by submission earlier tonight. Koloff cranking the neck. Koloff is the master of the Russian sickle. That vicious clothesline that right across the throat of the opponent. And he's trying to weaken up that area of Sting, but now Sting fighting back. Sting has him up, drops him head first, and the back crashing against the mat. Sting now placing the elbow to the lower back, pounds his chest, picks him up, and Sting has him hoisted up here, standing vertical suplex, all the blood rushing to the head of the Russian Nightmare, as Sting presses him. Holds him up a long time before dropping him down. And now Sting going up top. High risk move. Look out for the Army behind him. Paul Jones looking on. Flying elbow drop. And a cover here by Sting. Leg hooked 1. A 1 count only. The Russian Nightmare kicks out. Sting with another front face lock. Good reversal there by Koloff into a neck breaker. Great move there by Koloff. And now booting away, putting the boots to Sting. And there's an elbow. Good payback there by the Russian Nightmare. No love lost between these two men. Both men currently undefeated here in World Championship Wrestling. And I said either man could make a great first world champion. The winner will have to get past Nature Boy Ric Flair at the Clash of the Champions. Into the corner goes Sting. And Koloff with a clothesline. Took down the Stinger. Turns him over. Claws the back of Sting. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. Had the man up in the lights. And now Koloff. Good chin lock there by Nikita. Nikita, I think, has the strength advantage. But it's close. Sting drives the chin into the top of the head. Desperation move. And a knee to the midsection. Sting now cranking the neck. Some payback there from Sting. Nikita must avoid that Scorpion Deathlock at all costs. If Sting locks it in, he is moving on to the finals. Leaping elbow drop there by Sting. Calls out to the crowd. They respond with glee. And now Sting picks him up. Kick to the midsection. Going for the pile driver here, it would seem. No, the power bomb. Just slammed him down. If you're just tuning in, Ric Flair defeated Lex Luger earlier tonight to make it to the finals. And also, the Road Warriors defeated the Powers of Pain in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. Barbarian and Warlord had defeated Brad Armstrong and Eddie Gilbert in that qualifying round to make it to round 1. But immediately they are out of the tournament. Sting going up top. Koloff moved out of the way. Good heads-up move. Sting was going for the flying body press. Koloff moved out of the way. And another good heads-up move there by Koloff, just stepping out of the way and using Sting's own momentum against him as he shoved his face right into the apron. But Sting fighting back with a DDT on the floor. And Sting would love to take the count-out victory here. Koloff has until the count of 10 to get back in the ring, or he will be counted out. Referee of Bill Scott. He is up to 6. Koloff back in the ring. Sting off the ropes. And down goes referee Bill Scott. There's no referee. Look out for the Army. Powers of Pain. Sting going for the figure 4. There's no ref. Barbarian started to slide into the ring. But referee Bill Scott thankfully got to his feet. That would have been bad for Sting. Koloff able to punch his way free out of that figure 4. I don't think Sting had it applied well. Straight right hand there by Koloff. And Sting's lacerated, the blood pouring down from the forehead. Koloff. Sting very wise there. He got back in the ring. The Army, the other members of the Army, the Powers of Pain, were coming over to attack the Stinger. Nice suplex there by Sting. And Sting rubs the blood out of his eyes. Fireman carry takeover there by Koloff. Koloff picks him up. Kick to the midsection. Went for the right hand, nobody home. But Sting has been picked up here. And Koloff just throws him like a rag doll. After driving him back first into that top turnbuckle, a 1 count only, Sting kicked out. Koloff now stomps the back. Now raining down right hands, right in that bloodied forehead of Sting. Sting wearing the blue and the white tonight. Koloff in the red. Camel clutch here by the Russian Nightmare. Bill Scott asking Sting if he wants to call it quits right here. Sting shouting no. Sting grabs the wrists, pulls him away from his face, and trips up Koloff by grabbing the ankles. Good move there by Sting. Sting stomps the back. Sitting down low now. A modified version of that camel clutch. Koloff shouting no, he won't give up. And Koloff grabs the fingers of Sting. Flips him over. Good counter there by the Russian Nightmare. Low kick there, but caught him in the breadbasket. Into the ropes. Thought he was going for the sickle right there, but instead a knee right to the face. Koloff tried to grab Sting, but Sting just drops. He's dead weight here. Turns him over. 1. A 1 count. Sting able to kick out. Gorilla press here by Koloff. And down goes the Stinger. Koloff winded, leaning on his knees. He's going for the Russian sickle right here. If he lands it, he's moving to the finals to face Flair. Sting ducked. Good heads-up move. And a DDT by the Stinger. Great counter there by Sting. He saw the sickle coming. Was able to avoid it. If Koloff had landed it, it would have been over. Scorpion. There's the Stinger splash. He's going for the Scorpion. Fan standing. Scorpion deathlock. Steps inside. Turns him over. Middle of the ring. Can Koloff get out here?
or will he submit? He gives up. Sting's moving to the finals. He's bloodied, but he is still undefeated, and he will take on Ric Flair at the Clash of the Champions for the World Championship Saturday, April the 26th. Don't miss it by any means. What a match here between Koloff and Sting. Sting victorious. Sting was able to avoid that Russian sickle, and that was the turning point in the match. And there you see it, Sting has it locked in, middle of the ring, nowhere for Koloff to go. He can't get out. He has no choice but to submit. Your winner, Sting.
Here is your winner. This is Sting.
Sting will require medical attention, but I don't think he doesn't care right now. He has won this matchup. What a win over Nikita Koloff. Don't go away, fans. We'll be right back. It is time for the main event of the evening, a qualifying match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 242 pounds, Ron Garvin.
Hands of Stone Ron Garvin making his way to the ring. He will team with the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. What a duo that's going to be, as they take on Magnum TA and the injured Dusty Rhodes. Rhodes was attacked at the start of the program in the dressing room area by the Clawmaster Baron von Raschke. A match has been signed for the Clash of the Champions. First blood match. The Baron taking on Dusty Rhodes. What a match that's going to be. Hopefully we'll settle the score between those two men. And we now know it's going to be the main event of the Clash of the Champions. Sting taking on Nature Boy Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And his partner from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 275 pounds, Manny Fernandez.
Fans, next week, the U.S. Championship Tournament kicks off a round one match. Sam Houston taking on a member of the Four Horsemen, Barry Windham. What a contest that one's going to be. And also, Baron von Raschke will be in action next week. He is taking on the Italian Stallion, who has, thankfully, made a recovery. Fully recovered, I'm told. So some great news, and contrary to what we first got reported from the medical team, the Italian Stallion, good to hear him coming back as he takes on the Baron von Raschke. All that and much more coming your way next week, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Fans seem at a loss of who to cheer for in this one. They like both teams. Both are loved by the fans. Interesting matchup here. Look at that, Dusty has both legs wrapped.
At a combined weight of 515 pounds, Magnum TA and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Seems to be walking okay, however, but both legs are tightly wrapped after that attack earlier on by Baron von Raschke. America's team, Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes taking on Ron Garvin and Manny Fernandez. This one should be a clean contest, as both are fan favorites. Neither team known to cheat. It will be interesting to see if either Garvin or Fernandez attack the legs of Dusty Rhodes. They've been gifted a weakness here, something to target. Will they take advantage? Ron Garvin will start out against Magnum TA, the boss. Great main event as we close out the program. And Garvin wasting no time. He's going to attack the legs of Magnum TA. Garvin is a master of that figure four. If he can lock it on Dusty Rhodes, I think Dusty Rhodes will have no other choice but to submit after sustaining a lot of punishment to those legs earlier on, courtesy of the Clawmaster Baron von Raschke. Front face locked by Magnum. And a good hip toss. Magnum picks him up. Magnum and Dusty were both eliminated early on in that world title tournament. Double team coming up, and Dusty Rhodes, his legs being tested right there. They did not buckle as Dusty flew off that top rope with a high cross body down onto Garvin. And now Dusty dropping down the weight on the back of the man with the hands of stone. Knee to the lower back. Into the corner goes Garvin. Tag made to the boss, Magnum TA. Double team coming up. Punch right to the ribs. And they are working over Ron Garvin early on. Neck breaker there. Garvin is no slouch in the ring, but he is being manhandled now by America's team. That attack by Baron von Raschke lit a fire into this one, out of this team. Under this team, I'm trying to say. What a clothesline there by Magnum. He floored him. Cover here by the boss. Leg hooked. A 1 count only. Garvin kicks out. Tag made to the American Dream. They would love to become the first World Tag Team Champions, but they've got to get into round 1 first up. Sleeper hold here by Dusty. Trying to put Garvin to sleep. Garvin thrashing the arms around. And a good break there by Garvin. Garvin favoring the neck. What a jab there by the American Dream. Definitely our condolences going out to the family and fans of George Foreman, who passed away a week ago. Over a week ago. Definitely saddened to hear of his loss. I was definitely a fan of George Foreman. I think everybody was. Submission hold here by Dusty Rhodes. He was a former 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. I never loved boxing as much as I did wrestling, but I did watch it. I got to see the dominance of Mike Tyson in the 80s. I grew up watching him. He was the world champion for the longest time. I was a fan of George Foreman. So I watched it if it was on or available. And wrestling was on, of course. The Garvin stomp here on the Dusty Rhodes. This one might be over. Cover. Magnum makes the save. And now Magnum with a neck breaker on Ron Garvin. Picks him up. Throws him into the corner. Both men down now, both legal men. Garvin just needs to drape the arm across Dusty and go for the cover here. Go for the win. But he is trying to crawl over to his corner and make that tag to Manny Fernandez, and he will. Dusty makes the tag to Magnum. 2 freshmen in the ring. Luthes Prez there by Magnum TA in the right hands. Raining down on the kisser of the Raging Bull. Drops the fist. Head scissors here by Magnum onto Manny. If we go past the 7 o'clock hour, we will stay with you to bring you the conclusion of this matchup. Fireman Carry takeover. Forearm shot there by Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull. Picks him up and drops him gut first over the knee. Drives the wrist against the mat. Next week, fans, we've already announced it, but U.S. title tournament kicking off. Barry Windham taking on Sam Houston on a round 1 match. Also, the return of the Italian Stallion as he takes on the Clawmaster Baron von Raschke. Slams the knee against the mat. Now the Raging Bull kicking, stomping the arm of Magnum TA. Good slam there by the Raging Bull. Manny Fernandez will use that flying forearm shot to put away an opponent. Magnum must avoid that at all costs. And Magnum, of course, the master of that belly-to-belly suplex. Good forearm there. There's a modified version of it. That's not the maneuver he uses to polish off an opponent, but it is one that he weakens the opponent with. Into the corner goes Manny Fernandez. Tag made to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and they're going to try this again. That assisted high cross body. And it's effective. Manny with the arm drag. Picks him up. Has Dusty now carrying him to the corner. Beautiful snapmare. Tag made to Ron Garvin. Garvin in there. And now Garvin. Fans were yelling, no, don't do it, but he did. He is going after the legs. He thought about it for a moment. He considered not doing it, but he just attacked the leg of Dusty Rhodes, and some of the fans yelling at him here. Garvin not used to that. Garvin's used to hearing the roar of the crowd, their approval, and some of them are cheering for him still, but kind of a low move there as Garvin attacked the leg. And now Garvin! Look at that! He was trying to steal one. Magnum did not appreciate that one bit. Garvin had his legs up on the ropes for added leverage as he pinned Dusty Rhodes. Garvin was like, you're going to boo me, I'll give you something to boo about. There's an elbow right to the forehead by the American Dream. And Dusty back to his feet. Big right hand there by Garvin. The man with the hands of stone. Good jabs to the midsection. And there's the uppercut. Good night, Dusty Rhodes. Garvin dragging him toward the other corner. And Garvin saying it's over. Dusty shoves him off. And now Dusty, the bionic elbow. He just blasted Garvin with it. And that busted open the forehead of Ron Garvin. The blood streaming down into the eyes. Manny Fernandez coming in to help his tag team partner. Good waist lock and takedown. And Dusty collapses on the floor. Here comes Magnum over. Magnum going after Manny Fernandez. Tempers flaring now. Dusty, meanwhile, has Ron Garvin in the ring. Front face lock into the sleeper. Again, Garvin trapped in that sleeper hold. Garvin fading fast. The blood's just pouring down. Good escape there by Ron Garvin. What a chop there by Dusty. Inverted atomic drop. And now some payback here. Rhodes is going for the figure four. Can he apply it effectively, however, with those legs wrapped? Bill Scott checking in to see if Garvin wants to submit. Garvin's crying out no. And he's punching the legs of Dusty Rhodes. That'll get him to break it. Those injured legs. Rocked him with a right hand and a clothesline. Sends him up and over the top rope. And Magnum TA going over to check on his tag team partner. But Ron Garvin coming out to try to cut him off here. Magnum gets in between the men. And a good backbreaker by Magnum TA. Helping on his partner. Rhodes back in the ring. Garvin might be counted out here. Tag made to Magnum TA. The referee has restarted his count. Magnum did not like that. He was up to 3 earlier. Went for the flying clothesline. Nobody home. Magnum let his emotions get the best of him there. Went for that high-risk move. And Garvin was already moving out of the way. But it was too late for Magnum to change course. Here comes Dusty over. Dusty going after Ron Garvin. One-handed bulldog. Garvin didn't see it coming. Garvin is down. Magnum's out on his feet. Rhodes just pulled Manny Fernandez off the apron. And now Rhodes throws Manny in the ring. He is not the legal man. Magnum stomping away on the backs of the legs. Ron Garvin making his way back in the ring by the count of 8. Luthez Perez there by Magnum. Manny took a shot at Magnum TA. But Magnum just knocked Manny off the apron. Picks up Ron Garvin. Whips him into the ropes. Belly to belly. He got him. He got him. Cover. Leg hooked. 1, 2. And America's team is moving on to round 1 in that world title tournament. They've qualified for the World Tag Team Title Tournament. Great win over Ron Garvin and Manny Fernandez here tonight. And fans, we now know it's going to be Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA taking on Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard next week. A round 1 match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. Also, the Italian Stallion will take on Baron Von Raschke. A qualifying match in the World Tag Team Title Tournament also. Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff taking on Sting and Lex Luger. And for the U.S. title tournament, a round 1 match. Sam Houston taking on Barry Windham. What a night it's going to be. Don't miss it. See you next Saturday. Have a great week.